Hello everyone, it's Meteorologist Jim Caldwell here in the Alert Center for WKYT and talking about a couple of different things here. The first thing that we'll talk about is a system that is set to move in tonight. It will bring some light snow. And then the next thing I'll talk about is the big one, the one that we're talking about for the weekend. And I just watched some new data come in, and it had from the GFS model. It had it track a little bit more to the north. Slightly, not much, but enough to be noticeable on some measurements. But that just falls in line with basically with the map I've been showing you these past few days. I hope I included it in this forecast. I don't remember if I did or not. But let's dig in. Let's go through all of it. What we've got right now, as it stands, mid and upper 30s. So I think we could make a run toward 40 degrees before it's all said and done. So some of you are going to be pretty, well, not mild, but warmer than the freezing mark. That will lead to some rain developing, I think, later on tonight when this system drops in, at least the initial push of it. That little batch of snow that you're seeing right there, and the little extension down there across parts of Missouri, that moisture is headed for us. And as it gets here, likely starts off as rain, which is what you're seeing right there. That's 9 o'clock tonight. We get into the overnight hours, and it'll make a transition to rain and snow. And some of these snow showers might be, I don't want to call them super intense, but they'll be intense, and they could quickly accumulate. So some light stuff certainly out there. And then the snow showers and snow squalls will streak through our skies for a while after that, which is what you're seeing right there. See how it's kind of trailing out, and you got these little bands? And that might lead to some more higher end totals in the mountains. So generally speaking, 1 inch or less for most of us. Could there be a spot embedded, especially in one of those squalls? Sure, but I think the best chance for anything going any higher is going to be in the high elevations there, where we've got 1 inch or more, maybe 1 inch or 2 will be possible there. That's the first event. The next event, it arrives on Sunday. Probably starts early Sunday morning and then lasts a while as we go through the different types of wintry precipitation. Winter storm will likely bring heavy snow and ice to our area. That is our big concern. The breakdown for this, and I'm timing it out for you, is what we're doing. First, Sunday morning, and we'll get specific times on this. Right now we're generalizing because it's still early, but this is kind of what I want you to be ready for. Snow will show up and make a transition over to freezing rain. Then by the afternoon, we've got snow and ice for most, and I'm talking freezing rain. And then you've got mix or some sleet, and then you've got a mix and rain down in our southern counties. Sunday night, same thing's happening. Snow and ice to the north, and then mix and rain to the south. This could be when we're talking accumulations of ice, and I'm talking glazing. And then on Monday, wintry mix to snow, and then the light snow will continue into your Monday. So here's the way it looks. So you get the moisture, you got the low, it'll track across parts of Tennessee, maybe even deeper into Kentucky with some of the trends. But right there will give you a long period of freezing rain, sleet, and some snow, and then we wrap it all back around again to bring you snow. All right, this is one model, and I've shown you kind of a hand-drawn thing there. Now this was based off, the positioning of that low was based off of the last run. Again, every time I come in here, it's at a weird time. It's in between updates, and sometimes the update comes on through. So let's just watch. So there's the snow. Northern central Kentucky, and then making a transition to the south. Well, the low is still tracking along, bringing rain into far western Kentucky, southern Kentucky, and then it's jogged a little bit to the north. The center of circulation is that inside little white line. Well, that's pushing in some rain, maybe some thunderstorms down south too, by the way. Not in Kentucky, I don't believe, but down in the deep south. Then the low tracks overhead. Now these have a tendency to try to jump up the Appalachian Mountains and go up one side, this side, the western flank. And that's what that tries to do. Well, by the time we get into Monday, we start wrapping in the colder air, and the snow fills our skies. And you're looking at that 9:15, and then you're going into 2:15 in the morning on Tuesday, and then finally wrapping up. But look at that, still have some hints of snow even into Tuesday night. Now, the European model is nearly the same. The only thing different is I think it's a little quicker on the arrival time. So we get it in here. You see the big swath of moisture and the path of snow and ice. That pink is ice. it's either freezing rain or sleet. And in this case, that's what it most likely will lean toward. And the low tracks a little farther to the south compared to the other one. And that will mean we can get a little more snow, and then it'll wrap in and get much colder. So as far as the way the swaths are playing out, this is a freshly updated GFS model. You notice that the heaviest stuff, as far as snow is concerned, is from Kansas City to Indianapolis, close to Columbus, through there, okay? Down in Lexington, this has a lighter end snow. This model does. Now, there are others that are still kind of aggressive with snow, but it's still an accumulating event, and we're still talking ice, which I'm going to show you some general ice here in a second, too. Now, the European, right on track. I mean, if you look at these two, back to back, and I'm going to let you do that, back to back, we're looking at two different ones. They are very close with their runs. And the thing about the GFS is it's been trending slightly north, and not a big bunch, but enough to take us out of the fold of the super heavy snow. Now, there comes the ice layer. This is where we'll see the most significant ice potential. And what I mean by that is accumulation of glazed ice, okay? So it gets on power lines, cars, hard to get in your car, knocks power out. And then the other factor during all of this is wind. It has the potential to bring in wind gusts close to 30 miles per hour. Well, what that means is if you're already putting a lot of ice on a power line, well, that's already a strain, and then you cause the wind to whip it a little more, well, that just causes problems. That is the big concern as this plays out, as this plays out, as this plays out. All right. Finally, all right, sorry y'all, it took me a minute. The whole thing went blank for a second. Anyway, as this plays out, so what do? You stay close to us. You stay close to us here on WKYT over the next couple of days. And if you need to evolve, make your plan change a little bit, you can, okay? You've got time to do whatever you need to do. Focus time for the big system starts on Sunday morning. It's going to last through the day. That's when icing will begin and everything else that falls. So at least it's during the daytime. But how does it get at night? As far as power is concerned, that's my big concern, and then travel. If you don't need to travel, don't travel. All right, we will be back on television in about 15 minutes for WKYT News at noon. And we'll break it down over there. And then, of course, right here on WKYT's Facebook page, YouTube page, WKYT.com, and the weather app. If you don't have it, go download it. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you.